Hey guys, how are you? Today I thought I would sit further in my bed so I'm not always in the same position as I am in like a lot of my videos. In today's video, we're going to talk about tips and tips and steps to take to getting your first tattoo. Now it's kind of hard to see, but right here where I have my hand covered, I have a tattoo which you guys would have seen in a previous video that I did. Hold on. Let me fix my pillow. Just give me more. More support. Okay. So I have my phone popped up right now. You can see the brightness with all of the steps and stuff that I am going to explain to you guys from step 1 to step 10. So I have 10 steps on what you should do when you're thinking about getting your first tattoo. So let's just get straight into the video. Okay, so step 1. So step number 1. Are you over the age of 18 or have you had permission by your legal guardian? So you want to make sure that you're either over the age of 18 or if you're underage that you have permission from your legal guardian that you can get a tattoo. So you want to always have permission first if you're under 18 and stuff, because you don't want to do this against your parents. You don't want to just get it and be like, I'm being a rebel. So you want to make sure that you always have your parents' permission. Now, I am 19, so when I got this tattoo, my dad's like, well, I didn't tell you no, and you're 19. Alright, so step 2, make sure you know 100% what tattoo you want before you walk into a tattoo shop. Now, I did this my first time walking in. I didn't have any money, but it was the first time walking in. So at first, I really wanted on my left wrist to get 2 paw prints and my dog's name. And then I changed it to getting a flower with another flower, and the flower is lifting up the flower. And so I went through all this stuff. So I said, no, wait, I'm going to think about it, and then I'm going to come back when I know 100% what I want. And that's when I realized I wanted the Chinese letters. That meant I still care. And so you don't want to go in there being like, I like this tattoo, but I also want this tattoo. What do you think? Because if you ask a tattoo artist, what do you think? 99% of the time, the tattoo artist is going to be like, well, it shouldn't matter what I think because it's going on your body, not mine. So they typically will not give you an input on what you want as a tattoo. Okay, step 3, have a price range on how much you want to spend at the most for your tattoo. So this one cost me $80. So my budget from spending all of this money that I spent was $101. So I walked in and he said, how much are you looking to spend? I said $101. He's like, okay, this tattoo will cost between $60 and $80. And I was like, that's perfect. So walking to the tattoo shop and being like, this is my price range. Can we do this either right at my budget or can we do it under my budget? So you don't want to just walk in and saying, I don't know, you don't want to walk in and in your pocket have $100 and then when you think you're going to get your tattoo today, and then he's like searching your tattoo and finally gets done and says, it'll be $180, and being like, that's $80 over my budget. So talk to the tattoo shop and tell them your budget, because maybe they might say, well, you could do part of your tattoo, for example, if your tattoo was love you could just do the word love, and then when you can afford it again, you can get the part you. So step 4, go to different tattoo shops. Look at their books of art that different tattoo artists have done to see which style you like the best. So you want to go to, I'd say 3 or 4 tattoo shops. And my mom and my brother, when they got piercings, I would always look at tattoos. So that kind of helped me know too, is when you look at their tattoos and you look in their books, you look at their fairies, the big tattoos, the small tattoos, and you're like, whoa, I really like these. And then you don't want to just say, I like these, okay, let's go with this artist. You want to look around because you may think this artist is an amazing artist at a location really close to you, but then you can go to one that's 9 miles from you and look at their art and you're like, I like that better. So you could end up liking that tattoo artist better. So go to a couple tattoo shops and be like, I really like this tattoo, I really like that. but I like this better, to know that this is the artist that I really want to have happen. Alright, step 5. When you're ready to get the tattoo, set up an appointment for either early in the morning or in the afternoon. Unfortunately, the tattoo shop that I went and got my tattoo done, you can't set up an early appointment. The earliest you can set up is 12:30 because they open at 12 and you want to give them half an hour to set up. So I would say if your tattoo shops don't open till 12, like the one down the street, set up an appointment between 1:30 and 3. But if your tattoo shop opens 9 in the morning, set up an appointment for 10:30. Tattoo artists have said, which I don't know if it's true, that if you set up your appointments for early in the morning, your pain tolerance is a lot better, so you'll be able to handle the pain of your tattoo. I don't know if that's true. It's probably not true for everyone. Okay, step number 6. Step number 6. Make sure that your tattoo has a tiny bit of a meaning. You don't have to have a big, deep meaning, but it should still mean something to you. Like, this meant I still care, which means that, like, the people who have forgotten about me, I still care. If you get a tattoo of paw prints, it could be a remembrance of your animal that died. Like, it doesn't have to have, like, the deepest meaning, like, oh, it means that, you know, this or that, you know, but it could just be like, it reminds me of my dog, or I love you in Chinese, it's just say, I love people even when they hate me. Like, it could be something very deep and big meaning to you, or it could be something tiny and small. But I recommend, even though tattoo artists have said this before, I totally disagree. Don't always get a tattoo just because you think it's cool. I always say, yeah, it's cool, like I like the Chinese writing, but I say have it have a tiny bit of meaning, because when your tattoo have meanings to you and mean something to you, you're going to love your tattoos even twice as much. Step number 7. Once you pick your artist that you want them to do your tattoo, try not to get your tattoo alone. Bring a friend along with you. Unfortunately, none of my friends could come along with me, but if you can have a friend come along with you, that'll help too, because like your friends can really help you out and can really like talk to you through your tattoo, and they can be like your support system, and they can like maybe record you getting your tattoo, or they can compliment you and stuff, and it's just nice to have that. Okay, step number 8. Now it's time for you to get your tattoo, but before you get it, make sure you want it either in black and white or in color. And if you want it in color, make sure before you go to the tattoo shop that you know what colors you want it in, like pink, purple, blue, black, yellow, orange, red, and orange, or something. Because you don't want to go in there and like you say I want it in color and then spend half an hour finding out what color you really want. Step number 9. Go to the tattoo artist and get your tattoo done. But before you go and actually get it done, when you walk in, say, hey, how much of an estimate time do you think this could take? Between 20 minutes and an hour and a half. You know, something like that. So always ask him for an estimated time. Now step 10. If you get your tattoo in black and white, and in a couple of months you want it in color, you could always go and get it retouched and stuff. So I got this in black and white. I've seen people get tattoos in black and white at first, just so they have the tattoo, and then they go back when they can afford it, and they go back and get it in color. So that is something that you can do and stuff. Well guys, these are all my tips that I have for you guys about getting your first tattoo. And I felt like I really like that I am doing this video as I have only one tattoo. But I would recommend, you know, that some of these tips that I gave to you guys about tattoos can also go for piercings. Like, you know, you want to make sure you're going to doing it in the wrong place. And I don't say that it's always a bad thing, but I recommend too, don't do it from someone's home if they don't have a license in tattooing. if your friend says, oh yeah, my uncle does tattoos out of his homes, don't always trust that. I say go to a tattoo shop where they have proper equipment. It's in an actual tattoo shop where it is legal to have it. It is where they have the license to have their tattoo shop open and stuff. Sorry, I'm messaging my friend, okay. So I just recommend that you want to make sure that you're safe, because if you do it out of someone's home, not saying that it's a horrible thing, but you could cause you to have easier infections and tattoos will fade easier, and sometimes your tattoos won't look as great as if you go to an actual tattoo shop. Well guys, I think this is all that I have for this video today. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tips and tricks, or not tricks, but tips on getting your first tattoo. Well, until then, have a great day and have a great whatever day you are watching this.